In this video, we will discuss the 6-minute walk test using Ascent Cardiorespiratory Diagnostic software. The 6-minute walk test is a licensed option for Ascent. To verify the option is enabled on your workstation, open Ascent, then click on the About/Help icon. Select the Licensing tab. If the 6-minute walk test is installed, it will be displayed in the Installed Options list. For questions on obtaining this software option, contact your local sales representative. At the time of this recording, only the non-in 3150 wristox pulse oximeter is supported for wireless Bluetooth interface with the Ascent software. There are a few models of the 3150 oximeter. If you purchase a 3150, ensure that your model has Bluetooth capabilities. The model distributed by MGC Diagnostics is Bluetooth enabled. Using a Bluetooth oximeter allows the technician to stay in one central location and monitor the patient while the patient performs the test. The 3150 has a maximum range of about 196 feet. Obstacles and other conditions may affect range and battery life. To verify your wrist ox has Bluetooth, look for the Bluetooth symbol on the back of the oximeter. The standard wrist ox comes with a reusable soft finger sensor. Other options from MGC Diagnostics include reusable ear and forehead sensors and disposable wristbands. Other pulse oximeters without Bluetooth can be used. However, this means a cable from the oximeter must be attached to the computer, and the technician must hold the laptop and walk with the patient if you desire the oximeter data to be fed directly into the Ascent software. Before using a Bluetooth device, it must be paired with the computer. For instructions on pairing and setting up the non-in wristox oximeter, refer to Product Bulletin 140500-001, which can be obtained by scanning this QR code. Pause this video to scan the code, then go to the Product Bulletin section of the resource library. You can also go to the resource library on the MGC website at mgcdiagnostics.com/resource-library. Once the pulse oximeter is configured and you have the device on a subject, the lower right of the home screen will show the device is connected and display the saturation and heart rate from the oximeter. Press the F5 function key on your keyboard to go to the settings screen, then select the Unit Settings tab. Here you will tell the software which unit of measure, feet or meters, you are using to measure distance for the 6-minute walk test. If you make a change to this screen, ensure that you select the Save button to save your changes. Next, select the 6-minute walk tab. Here you can adjust the settings for performing the test. Be sure to measure the total distance of one lap for your walk test and enter it into the lap length section. Failure to enter the correct length will make the total distance the patient walked inaccurate. Checking any of the boxes in the Events section will automatically display the icons for those events on the 6-minute walk test screen. You will then be able to manually enter these events during the test. If you wish to make changes to these settings, you must first unlock the settings by clicking on the lock in the upper right. Once your changes are complete, relock the settings and select the Save button. After entering patient information, on the patient visit screen, ensure the 6-minute walk test icon is checked. Then select Begin Testing. Generally, the first test screen that appears is the FVC screen. To go to the 6-minute walk test screen, select the 6-minute walk icon in the Test Queue section. When you enter the 6-minute walk test screen, if the patient is wearing the oximeter probe and there is good communication between the device and software, the readings from the oximeter will be displayed at the top of the screen. If the patient is not wearing the probe, or if there is no communication, the icons at the top of the screen will be red. With the patient prepped and instructions given, select the Start button at the top left of the screen to begin recording baseline data. At any time during the test, use the event icons to enter the appropriate data for blood pressure, rate of perceived exertion, rate of perceived dyspnea, leg fatigue, angina, a 6-minute walk event, and entering any supplemental O2 or walking device. Again, these event icons are controlled by the F5 settings. To add or remove an icon, go to F5 settings, then the 6-minute walk tab. After you have recorded sufficient baseline data and the patient is ready to begin the test, select the Exercise button at the top of the screen and have the patient begin walking the course. Encourage the patient to do their best while walking. Per the ATS guidelines, standardized statements for the technician to use will be displayed every minute of the exercise phase. Those messages will appear at the top of the screen in the yellow message bar. As the test progresses, every time the patient completes a lap of the course, click the up arrow button on the lap progress display. The number of laps will increase as well as the distance walked. Each time you record a completed lap, a vertical dotted line will appear on the graph. If the patient needs to rest during the test, click the pause button at the top of the screen. Data will continue to be collected. However, since this is a timed test, the exercise timer will continue to run. When the patient is ready to resume walking, press the resume button. If the patient is unable to walk the entire 6 minutes and cannot complete the test, click on the recovery button to switch to the recovery phase of the test. If the patient is able to complete the test after 6 minutes of the exercise phase, the software will automatically switch to the recovery phase. Once you enter the recovery phase, an enter partial lap arrow will be displayed. Since many patients will complete only a partial lap when the exercise phase of the test is over, this will allow you to enter the number of feet or meters the patient completed on the last lap. When you click on the partial lap arrow, the partial lap entry box will appear, and you can use the up and down arrows to increase or decrease the entry. Be sure to click on the Save button to save your values. Note, the partial lap entry is only available in the recovery phase. Be sure to enter this information before clicking Stop. After you have collected recovery data, press the Stop button to end the test and display the results of the test. Multiple 6-minute walk tests can be performed. However, only one effort can be selected for the pre-stage and one effort for the post-stage. In the selected column, click and place a check mark by the effort you wish to report if more than one effort was performed. If all testing is complete, you can select the report to view or print. From the drop-down list, select the desired report, then select either the preview or print icon. If other test types are to be performed, click on the appropriate test icon in the test queue. To return to the home screen, click on the home icon at the top of the screen. The 6-minute walk option can also be used for oxygen titration if desired. Since O2 titration is generally a much longer procedure, you must first go to the F5 settings screen and select the 6-minute walk tab. There you can increase the time allowed for testing, depending how long you think the procedure will take. If you do not change this time, the software will automatically go into the recovery phase after 6 minutes. Be sure to change this entry back to 6 minutes when performing a 6-minute walk test. Testing for O2 titration will be the same as the 6-minute walk, except the supplemental O2 icon will be used more often as the oxygen delivered to the patient during the test may increase or decrease several times. Thank you for watching this video. For technical questions on 6-minute walk testing, contact technical support at 1-800-333-4137 or email us at support@mgcdiagnostics.com.